I'm inviting Nandita Krishnan to say a few words.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sampath, and all the VIPs present today for honoring me. I'm truly grateful to all of you. I'd like to say at this point that none of this would have been possible without the support of my family and my colleagues in the C.P. Ramaswamy Iyer Foundation who work as hard. We have no Saturday, Sunday, nothing. We work night and day to achieve whatever we can in one lifetime. Thank you.
I'm requesting Ramani Balashankar to read about Dattosri S. Thanendran, President of the Malaysian Makkal Shakti Party, the next award.
The next awardee for International Social Activist Award for People's Movement, Datuk Seri R.S. Thanendran. He is the President of Malaysia Makkal Shakti Party. Born in 1963 in Kedah, Malaysia, he passed out from the Teachers Training College and was a teacher before he joined politics as a member of the Malaysia Makkal Shakti Party. As a businessman, he has been able to help in the activities of his party, and as a leader, he has helped complete many projects. He has represented Malaysia as a delegate in several international conferences on leadership initiatives and youth empowerment and development. He is a multifaceted personality and is involved in different fields of activity. He has a metal scrap business. He has established his own restaurant called Restaurant Saravana's, has built and launched the first fully air-conditioned Tamil school hall, headed the humanitarian mission to Sri Lanka, submitted a memorandum to the Australian Embassy condemning the interference of 40 Australian MPOs in the Malaysian judicial system, and achieved a Malaysian Guinness Book of Records achievement by launching 1,500 Pongal pots at one site involving multiracial university students. He has promoted the development of temples, that is, built and conducted the sacred consecration or the Kumbhabhishekam ceremony of Sri Maha Mariamman Temple and Veerasundara Muthu Mariamman Temple, both in Kedah, and launched Butterworth Mariamman Temple Silver Chariot. Mr. Thanendran has contributed in large measure to education. He established the Shakti Foundation for upbringing education and social, cultural and religious interaction. His was the first party to promote Malaysian Tamil writers, officiated by Malaysia's Prime Minister. For the first time ever, 25 Tamil novels written by 25 Tamil writers were given certificates of recognition and cash prizes, and 10,000 copies of the books were printed and given away freely to the public. He donated buses to needy schools, sponsored a school computer lab, encouraged annual adoption of 10 orphaned youngsters from Ramakrishna Ashram, sponsoring free foreign trips for top-scoring Tamil students to India and Indonesia, and upgrading washrooms in several Tamil schools. He has been awarded the Pangkat Jasa Masyarakat, excuse me if I'm wrong, conferred the Datuk title from the King of Malaysia, awarded Panglima Mahakota Vilaya in 2012, and awarded the Ilakkiya Paniselvar by Delhi Tamil Sangam, and given the Lifetime Achievement Award by the Governor of Tamil Nadu in 2016, and very recently conferred the Datuk Seri title from the King of Malaysia.
I am requesting His Excellency, come. You can sit here after.
Thank you, Mr. Sampath. This is a great honor for me for being the representative from Malaysia, and this award goes to all Tamilians and Indians in Malaysia, particularly the downtrodden Indians. We are here to fight for the Tamilians, especially I'm brought up in a very hardship way, and I would like to thank again Mr. Sambat for honoring me this very big title for me, very big title. Thank you so much. And for the fourth World Tamil Economic Conference in Durban, South Africa, definitely I'll give my full support. I'd like to see all of you there. Before I end my speech, உங்கள் அனைவருக்கும் என்னுடைய மனமார்ந்த புத்தாண்டு வாழ்த்துக்கள். நாளை தமிழ் புத்தாண்டு சிறப்பாக இருக்க வேண்டும் என்று வாழ்த்தி விடைபெறுகிறேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
The next awardee, Ms. Tarina Patel, actress, film producer from Johannesburg, South Africa. The Tarina Patel, the cultural ambassador for our conference also, because she will be, we are expecting fullest cooperation from her to give a lot of support from South Africa, and also we are giving an award.
Next award goes to Ms. Tarina Patel for humanitarian work. Born and raised in South Africa, she comes from a long line of academics. After completing her studies, she decided to follow her true passion, the arts. She went to India with determination, or should I say she came to India with determination and tenacity and worked towards the hard-earned acclaim and recognition she enjoys today. Adding to the beauty of Bollywood, she has graced the screens for international audiences and the covers of numerous fashion magazines. She is an actress, film producer, and a model with a mind for business and a heart for philanthropy. Her passion for film as an expression of her creativity has led her to leading roles in numerous movies and TV series internationally and locally. She is noted the world over as one of the most stunning faces of our time. She has featured in advertisements for almost every variation of fast-moving consumer goods. The intercontinental appeal that she exudes has made her a popular choice for products that speak to a range of target markets, because although her beauty stems from Eastern influences, she fits the profiles of South American, Mediterranean, Middle Eastern, and European glamour. She has graced covers of some of the most prestigious magazines by international standards. In 2013, her cover picture in Elle made her one of the most talked about girls in South Africa. She was also considered as one of the world's most beautiful women when she was chosen to feature in a campaign entitled "Some of the World's Most Beautiful Women Wear Chopard." She has worked with the best in the industry and today enjoys solid working relationships with directors, producers, writers, and cinematographers in India, Dubai, USA, and the UK. She is also closely aligned to dignitaries and diplomats in countries throughout Africa, Europe, and the East. While acting, she was given a front row seat to witness the art of storytelling, which has been her primary focus throughout her career. Her work in film and fashion takes her to exclusive fashion shows in Paris, Milan, and New York, and her status as an actress has seen her make regular appearances at the Oscars as well as Cannes, Venice, and Toronto film festivals. Knowing how her celebrity status can help, she has thrown her influence behind various charitable causes such as the Smile Foundation, the Clinton Foundation, and the Nelson Mandela Children's Hospital by raising money for their projects. As a strong female leader in South Africa, she is often asked to speak on women's issues. She is seen as the perfect example of achievement to inspire other women to unlock their own potential for excellence. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. These words from Nelson Mandela, whom she loves and respects, is the motto at the Tarina Patel Foundation. Tarina Patel has in her short but directed career made an indelible mark on the arts. She has used every gift and talent she possesses to make sure that the world remembers her name and continues to do so. Her glamorous lifestyle has not distracted her from the bigger purpose she has to fulfill in the lives of those less fortunate, and continues to make a concerted effort to be involved in various charities. She is fiercely ambitious and has a clear goal to use film as a medium to tell stories and tailor-make her own interpretation of what art is. As accomplished as she is, she remains a student of film and life, and attributes much of her success to the teachings of those who have shown her the way. Tarina Patel, congratulations.
Vanakkam to one and all. I don't even know how. Oh. Vanakkam to one and all. My trip back to Chennai, for those who don't know, is very bittersweet. The last time I was here was for about 14 months when I had the honor and privilege of bringing my father to undergo medical treatment. Unfortunately, it didn't work, and we lost him a few weeks ago. But that hasn't changed my opinion and my love that I have for the city. Chennai was a happy place for us. It provided many, many wonderful memories for my father, for my family and friends and I. I do believe that Chennai is the medical mecca of the East, which is what prompted us to come here. The kind of incredible medical work and research that takes place in the city should be awarded and accoladed the world over. Unfortunately, we don't suffer from that American system, and instead of publicizing and advertising what we do, we get down to saving lives and making a difference. The kind of medical care and treatment and attention that we got is second to none. The love, the attention, the affection, the respect that the medical practitioners offered, and not only the physicians and the specialists, but all spheres of medical attention, whether it's the nursing staff, whether it's the hospitals, whether it's the caregivers, it made our life unbelievably pleasurable despite my dad's medical condition. Like I said, it didn't work, but that's not for lack of trying. The time here with Dad was a gift from God. And I will always be honored and blessed and feel as special as I do now for the time that we had. And to come back and to be awarded for my efforts with my father is very gratifying, because it's nice to be awarded and recognized and appreciated for the work that I've done. My dad, who was himself a doctor, made every effort while we were here to extend our network to all friends and family around the world. And in the 14 months that we were here, we must have brought over in excess of 200 patients with their files to try and help them with their medical work. And we've made a conscientious effort, and we have in fact made a dent in helping people overcome medical issues. All I want to do is make my dad proud and take a leaf out of his book, because he was my inspiration. And I just wish that he would have been here in the seats with you, smiling, beaming with pride as I continue his work. Nandri, thank you. And the wonderful Dr. Sampath, who has become a member of our family, who was with us and made conscientious effort every single week to come over to our hotel, bearing wonderful gifts, bearing some of the best food that my dad enjoyed, the famous crab curry, the famous fish curry. Dr. Sampath, I don't know what we would have done without you. You've made our time here so unbelievably pleasant. My good friend Logi, he's here as well, who came from South Africa and spent time with us. All these things make a difference. And I also just want to say that there are many things that we can do with our time. And the lovely lady who introduced me elaborated on those things. But in my short time, I've learned one valuable lesson, that the time that you spend in serving others and doing for others just because you can it triumphs. Nothing can triumph that. That is the ultimate joy that one can bring to one's life and those around, is to actually serve others, not to serve yourself, not with a desired motive in end, but just to serve others, whether it's in your family like I did for my dad, whether it's the community at large in South Africa, or anyone else that you can, because you can do it, you should. Nothing triumphs that. Thank you.
Next awardee, Mr. R. Balakrishnan, IAS, Additional Chief Secretary, Government of Orissa.
Mr. R. Balakrishnan, Additional Chief Secretary, Government of Odisha, Bhubaneswar. He has the unique distinction of being the first and the only student of Tamil literature to get into the IAS, way back in 1984 and perhaps till now. When he was selected into the IAS, it was considered a significant milestone, an endorsement to Tamil education, and it found a mention in Tamil Nadu Legislative Assembly as well. Balakrishnan belongs to the Odisha cadre, and currently he is working as Development Commissioner cum Additional Chief Secretary of Odisha. He holds the additional charge of the Chairman of Odisha State Pollution Control Board. Besides, he is the Chairman of Bhubaneswar Smart City Limited, and so also the Chairman of Rourkela Smart City Limited. The SPV is promoted for the purpose of realizing smart city goals. He has a wide range of experience in the public administration in a variety of fields ranging from tourism to finance. However, his well-known areas of specialization are election management and disaster management. His contribution to streamlining election management in India is very well known and well documented. He has the experience of planning and executing about 30 state elections and 2 general elections to the Lok Sabha in 2009 and 2014, and the election to the office of the President of India. He has specialization in conducting elections in difficult areas like Kashmir, Naxal-affected states and northeastern states, and sensitive states like Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, and West Bengal. The Election Commission of India recalled Balakrishnan to conduct elections in Chhattisgarh in 2013 and to conduct 2014 general elections, and in the process, he became the first officer to be called again by the Election Commission to hold the post of Deputy Election Commissioner for the second time. He was adjudged as the Best Civil Servant of the Year in 2011 by an eminent jury headed by the former Chief Justice of India, Justice J.S. Verma, to receive the Dainik Bhaskar Award. His contribution in nurturing best practices in handling cyclones and floods since 1999, super cyclone, is immense. Odisha today is rated as one of the best in disaster management and has emerged as a role model. Balakrishnan is basically an Indologist. His current focus is on the Indus Valley civilization. He has published many research papers on the subject nationally and internationally, and has delivered lectures in many leading universities. He has gathered new multidisciplinary evidence to argue in favor of the Dravidian hypothesis of the Indus Valley civilization. His recent research work, Sindhuvelip Panbattin Dravida Adithalam, is appreciated by the, I'm sorry if I've pronounced it wrong, this is appreciated by the eminent Indus researcher Dr. Airavatham Mahadevan as the best Tamil work on the subject. Balakrishnan makes scientific use of place names and geographical information system tools to prove his thesis. He has published many papers on the genesis of sun worship in Konark and on many unknown aspects of Odisha's culture. Mr. R. Balakrishnan, the award goes for historical research.
Then only it will fold properly for you.
Thank you very much, one and all, who are present in this August gathering. It's my pleasure to be here. Indeed, when I got a call from my friend Mr. Viramani, is that I thought that I'm going to be the one of the person who is going to distribute the award. When my CV was asked, I realized that I am being awarded. Then I am honored to be here. But then the thing is, the fact remains that the journey, as was pointed out in my bio, that as being a student of Tamil literature and working in Odisha and various subjects like ranging from finance and election management, it's been a kind of a journey which I really cherish and I've been enjoying. And then it's been a great honor. And in fact, the kind of variety of experience I could gather, because it's a kind of a dream run. Many times I feel that the life chooses some exclusive experience for me. And there are many things which first time, being the only student and the first student of Tamil literature, I studied nothing other than Tamil literature in the college and school. And then the life chose me to be a journalist, then to be an IAS officer, and then going away from Tamil Nadu and spending almost 33 years away from my home state, and still touching base with my roots and being a creative writer and researcher about the origins of my own community, in the sense that the Tamil origin and Dravidian origin. It's been an amazing journey, because but for my presence in Orissa, I don't think that I would have been an Indologist. And then because that the opportunity to be in Orissa gave me a kind of scope to study the Dravidian tribes. And besides that, I am happily and very gratefully acknowledge the state of Orissa. They honored me to, because I have held many assignments ranging from doing elections in Kashmir and the whole country many times. And there's almost not more than 10 or 15 districts in this country where I have not physically gone. But that one of the posts which I always cherish and feel that I have been honored to be the cultural secretary of Odisha. Because being a person not born in Odisha, I was the first person to be honored with that post. And then we did a justice for that, a lot of research work on Odisha related work also. Once again, I would like to thank that actually the kind of being a Tamil student and also doing a research about Indus Valley, and recently taking up the kind of creative rendering of Tirukural. These are some of the kind of experience the life has afforded me. At this point of time, I would like to recall and grateful to my parents and my family and my wife Sujata, and also the kind of my teachers and all my friends who have been with me all through. Thank you very much once again. Thank you very much.
I am inviting next awardee is Mrs. Adilakshmi Logamurthy.
Mrs. Adilakshmi Logamurthy, she is an advocate in the Madras High Court. a bright, dynamic, and talented legal practitioner with a proven track record of providing indispensable advice to the clients and delivering positive outcome for them. She can communicate clearly and effectively both in the legal profession and to the public at large. She is constantly focused on resolving various legal and social issues. After doing her law, she did her post-graduation in industrial relations and personal management. She started her legal career under senior counsel Mr. V.K. Muthuswamy, assisting him in both civil and criminal cases. In 2002, she started independent practice, working in all fields with special interest in family laws and issues relating to women and children. That is domestic violence, dowry harassment, divorce, maintenance of children and elders, adoption, harassment of women at the workplace, and industrial employee counseling. She has held several high positions in legal institutions, like being Vice President and Secretary of the Women Lawyers Association at Madras High Court, Senior Panel Lawyer of Tamil Nadu State Legal Services Authority, Additional Secretary for the National Institute of Personal Management, Madras Chapter. She is a life member of National Federation of Women Lawyers, International Federation of Women Lawyers, the National Institute of Personal Management, and the Indian Society for Training and Development. She is a founder and honorary director of Sri Raksha. She is on the legal panel for many well-known corporates in Chennai like Larsen & Toubro, Chennai Petroleum Corporation, Venture Lighting India Limited, Prasar Bharati Commercial Broadcasting Service, Technip India, Employee State Insurance Corporation, and Model Hospital and Medical College, Courtyard Marriott Hotels, Petrofac Engineering and Consulting Services, Indian Additives Limited, an external member in International Complaints Committee in various companies and organizations. She has co-authored and published a book in English titled A Compilation of Important Labor Laws and Disciplinary Proceedings, and written a book in Tamil titled Sattam Un Kayil, dealing with women and children laws and rights. She has presented several papers on women and children's rights and issues at seminars and conferences. Mrs. Adilakshmi Logamurthy, the award goes for women's rights.
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். It's a honor and privilege to be on the stage, and I thank Dr. Sampath and Madras Development Society for giving me this honor. I finished my law in the year 1993, and as any other law graduate, I wanted to be an eminent lawyer. As days passed by, I understood whatever I was getting an order for the client wasn't enough. As an independent practitioner from the year 2002, when the women, children, or men, or the transgenders, or the senior citizens who had come to my office wanting something to be done for them, and a paper order was not enough for them to reconstruct their life, we had an enactment in the year 2005 to protect women from domestic violence, and we have an enactment in our country in the year 2007 to protect the senior citizens. Laws are not enough. Who will reconstruct their life? I understood a lawyer can do much more than getting an order. I started working for them for the reconstruction. The first thing we did was started a counseling center called Sri Raksha. the initial thing when we give a order, we try to give a counseling for them. Sometimes a maintenance of 5,000 rupees is not enough. We have to reconstruct her life. Which way we will do it? Make her equip herself, the women, to yearn for herself, to stand upright in the society. That's what we started doing. Right now, it's not a single women job. We have a team of people working for it. And I thank my parents, my parent-in-laws, my beloved husband, even my child who has slept. Today is his birthday, but unfortunately he has gone for sleep. He's not able to realize what his mother is doing here. Even he has helped me to know the world. After his birth, I started understanding what real nature of life is. As a mother, I could understand whenever a client comes to me, அம்மான்னு தான் கூப்பிடுவாங்க, மேடம் தான் கூப்பிடுவாங்க, 80 வயசு பாட்டியாக இருந்தாலும். அப்போ எனக்கு என்ன தோணுச்சுன்னா, அவங்களுக்கு ஒரு தாய் இருப்பாங்க, அவங்களோட வாழ்க்கையை மாற்றக்கூடிய ஒரு தருணம். இன்னைக்கு ஒரு வழக்கறிஞராக வழக்கு நடத்தி ஆர்டர் கொடுக்கறத காட்டிலும் ஒரு ஆக்டிவிஸ்டாக அவங்களுக்கு ஒரு வாழ்க்கையை உயர்த்தும் பொழுது ரொம்ப பெரிய சந்தோஷம் ஏற்படுகிறது. அதுதான் உண்மையான சந்தோஷம். இன்னைக்கு இன்ஃபேக்ட் நான் சார்கிட்ட பேசக்கூட இல்லை, எனக்கு ஒரு மெயில் வந்தது, பை சான்ஸ் பார்த்தேன். அதில் என்னோடய பேர் கொஞ்சம் ஸ்பெல்லிங் மிஸ்டேக் இருந்தது. என்ன தான் நீங்கள் குறிப்பிடுறீங்களான்னு ஒரு பதில் அனுப்பினேன். நீங்கள் தான்மான்னு திருப்பி குறிப்பிட்டோன்னே என்னோடய ப்ரொஃபைலையும் ரொம்ப ரேட்டாக தான் நான் சாருக்கு அனுப்பினேன். எனக்கு வந்தாலும் முதல்ல சொன்னாங்க, யுவர் ப்ரொஃபைல் கேம் வெரி லேட் அண்ட் இட் வாஸ் வெரி பிக், ஸோ வி ஹேட் டு கேதர் சம்திங் அண்ட் டூ இட் அப்படின்னாங்க. இன்றைக்கி சமூகத்தில் 2 விஷயம் நாங்கள் செய்ய நினைக்கிறோம் ஸ்ரீரக்ஷா மூலம். ஒரு விஷயம், பெண்களாக இருந்தாலும் சரி, ஆண்களாக இருந்தாலும் சரி, திருநங்கைகளாக இருந்தாலும் சரி, பாதிக்கப்பட்ட எந்த நபருக்கும் ஒரு ரீகன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன் பாதை. இன்னும் சட்டம் நம் நாட்டில் ஏராளமாக இருக்கிறது. சட்டம் இல்லைன்னு சொன்னால் அதை ஏற்றுக்கவே மாட்டேன். 24 வருடம் என்னோட வழக்கறிஞர் தொழிலில். இங்கே காந்தி அங்கிள் இருந்தார், மேடை ஏறி வந்தாங்க. வீரமணி அங்கிள் இருக்காங்க, ஹீஸ் அ லாயர் ஹிம்செல்ஃப். இங்கே நிறையா லாயர்ஸ், சம்பத் சார் இருக்காங்க, இங்கே நிறைய தமிழ்ச்சி மேடம் இருக்காங்க. பல விவாத மேடைகளில் பெண்களுக்காக குரல் கொடுக்கக்கூடியவர்கள். நானும் மேடமோட நிறைய மேடைகளை பங்கு பெற்றிருக்கேன். இன்னைக்கு லீகல் அவேர்னஸ், படித்தவர்களுக்கு கூட சட்டம் பற்றிய நுண் அறிவு இன்று இல்லாமல் இருப்பதுனால நாங்கள் பள்ளிகளிலும் கல்லூரிகளிலும் கார்ப்பரேட்ஸ் மூலமாகவும் செல்ஃப் ஹெல்ப் குரூப்புக்கும் நாங்கள் லீகல் அவேர்னஸை இலவசமாக கொண்டு செல்ல முயற்சி செஞ்சு கொண்டிருக்கிறோம். யாருக்கு உங்களுக்கு லீகல் அவேர்னஸ் பற்றி எந்த சோஷியல் பெனிஃபிஷியல் லெஜிஸ்லேஷனை பற்றி தேவைப்பட்டாலும் எங்கள் ஸ்ரீரக்ஷா அமைப்பு, என் தலைமையில் இறங்கக்கூடிய இந்த அமைப்பு காத்திருக்கோம், அவளுடன் காத்திருக்கோம். சட்டத்தை பற்றி அறிவு இருந்தாலே இந்த சமூகத்தில் பல இன்னல்கள் தவிர்க்கப்படும். இந்த விழாவை என்னை சிறப்பு செய்ததற்கு நன்றி கூறி விடைபெறுகிறேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
Next awardee, the great man from South Africa, Mr. Sunny Pillai. Come. வாங்க.
Mr. Sunny Pillai Hanish. He was born in 1951 in Durban, in a farming village. As a young boy, he worked on the farm with his parents and was an avid soccer player and golfer. Since the late 60s, he started his karate career and never looked back. After leaving his country in 1973 to London, England, to further his karate career and test for a black belt and under Japanese master Enoda, is that the right pronunciation? Enoda. He returned to South Africa to empower his then underprivileged community through martial arts. Sunny founded the Shotokan Karate Do International South Africa organization in 1978 and never looked back. He has traveled to different countries, India, Mauritius, Australia, Singapore, Japan, Italy, France, England, in search of karate and also to share his knowledge of the sport. Currently, Sunny Pillai, a legend in the karate circles, both nationally and internationally, holds the following karate degrees in 8th degree black belt from the World Karate Foundation, an 8th degree black belt from the Shotokan Karate International Federation, Japan, and a 7th degree black belt by the Union of African Karate. Sunny Pillai has worked his way up the karate administration ladder and currently holds various positions like the president of the Karate South Africa, president and founder of Shotokan Karate Do International South Africa to date. He is also the vice president of the Commonwealth Karate Foundation and the vice president of the Indian Ocean Karate Do Federation. He is, of the many awards that he has received, he is a member of the South African karate team that fought against England, which was the reigning world champions. He has had a special commendation award from the World Karate Foundation. He has had a special commendation award from the Karate Association of South Africa. He was awarded Protea colors for coaching, the first African of Indian origin in the history of the sport in South Africa. He has served as tournament director for the annual International Kanazawa Cup in South Africa. He has received a National Commendation Award from the Ministry of Sport, and he was honored and Commendation Award was given for outstanding contribution in the karate field of Mauritius. He was bestowed the Amman Award for Excellence in Sport by the Mariamman Temple community of Mount Edgecombe. Sunny Pillai regularly conducts free karate workshops throughout the country since inception of the organization via a program titled Taking Karate to the Township Children. He has developed the Fight Against Women, Children and the Elderly Abuse program, which is an annual self-defense workshop for women, children and the elderly. Partnered with Durban University of Technology since 2008 to date for a social development upliftment program for all underprivileged and previously disadvantaged communities. The award goes for sports leadership for Sunny Pillai.
Once again, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Sampath has invented a new cliche. It's called short and sweet. So I'm going to try and follow his instructions. As I said before, when Sampath instructs, you pay attention. I firstly want to apologize that I cannot speak the Tamil language. We lost it along the way. And for those of you interested to know why, it's because we stopped the Tamil schools, something that is re-emerging in our country, and as long as you have Tamil schools, you'll have the language. But very quickly, Srimati Lata Mangeshkar once said when she received an award, that when you receive an award, it means the work has just begun. Now, quick, in-depth concept of karate. The great founding grandmaster of karate, a Japanese gentleman from the Okinawan island, Gichin Funakoshi, said, "The ultimate aim of the art of karate lies not in victory or defeat, but in the perfection of the character of its participants." For those of you who didn't get that and you're busy talking, I want to repeat that because it's a very profound statement that stood the test of time. And this statement was made 300 years ago. Once again, it says, "The ultimate aim of the art of karate lies not in victory or defeat, but in the perfection of the character of its participants." So we are not talking about winning or losing or medals or fighting and so forth. We are talking about developing character. We are talking about turning out better citizens so that our world can be a healthy and a safe place. And it is with that philosophical background that in my very humble way, I pack the sport into my travel bag and trot the globe and try to impart the skills, experience and knowledge that I have. This is a noble sport. It is, of course, from the martial arts family. And I'm very delighted to announce here today what was announced in August last year in Rio de Janeiro. Karate is now an Olympic sport. Once again, karate is an Olympic sport. So it's extraordinary special. When a sport becomes an Olympic sport, the world sits up and notices. The greatest accolade, the greatest opportunity for any sportsman is to represent his or her country on the Olympic stage, the largest sporting stage in the world of sports today. And that's what's happened to karate. I want to thank Dr. Sampath because it is coincidental. This Sports Excellence Award coincides with my 50 years in the sport. I receive several awards, and I say this with the greatest degree of humility, during my travels for the Vice President of Mauritius. The last time I was in Mauritius, Minister Dayal gave me an award, conferred on me an award for sporting excellence. And so it goes on. But when I receive an award in Mother India, my motherland, it is extraordinary, special, and very close to my heart. I want to thank my comrade Logi Naidu because I know he had a lot to do with this. Dr. Sampath, I want to salute my better half, my wife Anita Pillai. And as a matter of interest, please give her a hand. She's here. And both of us had some medical challenges recently, but we are here to grace this function. And we are very privileged and honored to be in the midst of this august gathering. And we say thank you to the Madras Development Society. Thank you, Dr. Sampath, for bestowing this wonderful honor on me. Mika Nandri, as they say. God bless you all. Thank you.
இங்கே உட்கார்ந்திருக்கின்ற விருந்தாளிகள் அனைவரும் நடைபெறுகிற விழாவை கூர்ந்து கவனிக்குமாறு வேண்டி கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறேன். ஏனென்றால் முக்கியமான பிரமுகர்களெல்லாம் அழைத்து சிறப்பு செய்கிற ஒரு நிகழ்ச்சி. It's a very important event to honor some of the extraordinary personalities in the world. So you must all show the attention what is going on here. After the function you can speak with your friends. Next, the great scholar, speaker, writer, Professor Dr. Tamazhachi Thangapandiyan.
Dr. Tamazhachi Thangapandiyan. She's a professor and Tamil and in Tamil and English literature in Chennai. Acclaimed as a Tamil poet, her areas of interest include post-colonial literatures, especially Sri Lankan and Australian, diasporic literatures, especially Sri Lankan Tamil diaspora, translation, criticism, and the performing arts in Tamil theatre. Currently, she is a freelance writer and a performing artist. Highly qualified in English literature, she was senior lecturer at Valiyamal College for Women, Chennai, PGP College of Arts and Science, Namakkal, and Queen Mary's College, Chennai. She has several publications to her credit, which include in Tamil, Navaneethuvadai Kamban Kaatru Konartha Kadudangal, Kalamum Kavithayum, Sol Todum Thoram, Pambadum. Several collections of poems, Enjotupan, Vanapechi, Manjanadi, Aruhan, Avalukku Veil Endru Peyar. Collections of articles, Pecharavum Kediliyo, Mailaregum Manasu, Manvasam, Ponegal Sorgarthukku Selvathillai, and in English, Island to Island, the voice of Sri Lankan Australian playwright Ernest Thalayasingham McIntyre. There have been many students who have done research on Dr. Tamazhachi's works. She has presented papers at prestigious international seminars and conferences in India, Australia, France, and South America. She has translated into English the Tamil short stories of Prabhanjan and Arun Vijayarani. She is a recipient of several awards and scholarships like Dr. Vedagiri Shanmuga Sundaram Prize, Shirpi Literary Prize 2004, and Mahakavi Bharatiyar Award 2005 for Enjo to Pen. The prestigious Pavendar Bharatidasan Virudu 2009, Best Poet in 2010, Carolina Tamil Sangam Award by Tamil Sangam of Carolina, Bharati Pen Silver Award in 2015, and Bharati Award by Vidial Foundation on March 2017. She was awarded the Fellowship for the Study of Australia in 2004 by the Australia-India Council and received a Certificate of Honour from UNICEF for contribution towards baby-friendly initiative. Other than her interest in poetry and literature and the life of Tamil diaspora in Australia and Sri Lanka, she has compared a 2-day seminar on clinics in sports medicine, presented a paper on Tamil Dalit theatre, received proficiency awards in drama and dance, and a certificate from Tamil Nadu Iyalisai Nadaga Mantram for Best Performing Artist in Kurinjipattu Theatrical Drama. Excuse me if I have pronounced your works wrongly. Tamarachi Thangapandian for Social Awareness.
Dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, it's indeed a pleasure to be a part of this function and to receive an award like this. And having a pseudonym as Tamarachi Thangapandian, I have my own doubts if I can talk in English on this dais. But since the awardees as well as the dignitaries have come from other parts of the world, I choose to talk in English a few minutes. Well, a detailed resume has been read out by Madam here on this stage. No doubt have been happy to have all those honors to my credit. Whenever people address me like, this is Tamarachi or Sumati, Sumati is my maiden name, English professor, I always correct them. No, I'm not an English professor. I am a Tamilian who teaches English. You know, that's the difference. Identity is the key word in my life. Rather than all the honors, all the credits, I always like to be introduced and to be known to the society as a very simple rural woman from the southern side of India, particularly from the dry, arid land of Tamil Nadu, which we call as Karisal Mann. நகைப்பூச்சு, உதட்டு சாயம், நல்ல அழகான உடைகள், நுனிநாக்கு ஆங்கிலம், படித்து பெற்ற பட்டங்கள் இவைகள் அல்ல நான். சுத்தமான வியர்வையும் கவிச்சை வாடையும் வீசுகின்ற, மழை இல்லாமல் மானம் பார்த்து நிற்கின்ற கரிசல் காட்டிலிருந்து வருகின்ற ஒரு கரிசக்காட்டு கிராமத்து பொண்ணு. So that's my tag identity, and I believe very strongly that whatever I have achieved as per the resume says is all due to those wonderful human beings back home in my village. The credit goes to all those rural village women with whom I've been a part of, who have given their lifetime experiences to enrich my poetry. Though I've been a doctorate in English literature, I choose to write poems in Tamil, and it's not a shallow choice, it's a political choice. Because when a woman is concerned, nothing is personal, everything is poetical. And when I say I want to write in Tamil and I want to be introduced as a vernacular poet, I mean a lot in that. When Kugi Wandiago decided not to write in English but to go back to his original tribal language, it's a political statement. When Chinua Achebe declared that my literature should come from the dust of my village road, it's a political statement. So also, this is a wonderful forum in which dignitaries from various parts of the world have gathered. I would like to bring to attention that our Tamil farmers have been sitting in Delhi for more than 28 days. எங்களுடைய விவசாயிகள் அவர்களது கோரிக்கைக்காக தலைநகரத்தில் 28 நாட்களுக்கு மேலாக அமர்ந்து போராடி கொண்டிருக்கிறார்கள். In all the ways. And recently, we need not be ashamed of their nude run on the road. It's a way of protest. So I would like to bring to your kind attention that this economic forum, that is the World Tamils Economic Foundation, when you discuss about the economic development or your future plans, please raise your support and voice for the Tamil farmers, because without them, there's no economy. And it's not just a cliche saying that farmers are the backbone of our country. So whatever has been put to my credit on my resume, and whoever I am, it is because of my rural farmer brethren and sister back home, and that's my only message here. Apart from that, I thank Dr. Sampath for having chosen me to receive this award, and I thank His Excellency also for his time to come and appreciate us here. Thank you very much.
Next award is Ravi Karkara, Senior Advisor to the Additional Secretary General of United Nations, UN Women, New York. Mr. Ravi is not here because he spoke to me yesterday from New York. He's unable to come to Chennai because of some urgent work. Because we are giving this award for inefficiency, we will hand over this award to him when I am going to the New York in person. Because this paper given to everyone, you can read about him. The next awardee, Mr. Virendra Sharma, is a Member of Parliament, UK. He's also a wonderful personality. He attended our 3rd World Tamil Economic Conference last October. He's helping a lot for our Indian community, especially Tamil community living in London. Because the only opposition MP is helping whatever the problem facing for our people in London, is always representing in UK Parliament. When I went for a few times in London, every time he invited me to UK Parliament inside and hosted a tea for me, invited many local Tamils and Indian community, honored me, and I saw his ability and participation for our community development. That is why we awarded for me is a community welfare social activist award. Similarly, this Ravi Karakara is a social awareness award. Both will hand over in person. For even though it's an absentia, we honor them. Please clap for them for these things. Final awardee, the great person, because I recently attended our function, our style of activities. I appreciated our style of activities. That's why we selected her, Ms. Kavi Priya. Madam.
Ms. Kavi Priya, she is the editor of Adding Smiles, Chennai. She is a multitasker from her teens. Kavi Priya is a social entrepreneur, an author, humanitarian, classical dancer, and an acknowledged filmmaker. During her school days, Kavi Priya as a classical dancer believed that dancing from the heart can heal, because when you dance from the heart, it connects you to the soul and allows you to dissolve into an experience of ultimate bliss. She has danced with cancer-affected children, with and for cancer-affected children, and people with cerebral palsy, treasuring the moments in an initiative called the Adding Smiles Happiness Factory, which has touched the lives of more than 22 lakh children and destitutes. Anything which touches the lives of people is bound to evolve, and the Adding Smiles Happiness Factory evolved to become the Adding Smiles Media Private Limited, and the Adding Smiles CSR and Filmmaking Company, Adding Leaders, Thought Leadership, Personal Branding and Corporate Advisory, Adding Smiles Magazine, Adding Leaders Magazine. She is a recipient of the Young Visionary Award by CNBC International Channel and the Best Social Entrepreneur Award by the Anna University. She has worked with some of the global icons like Dr. Ratan Tata, her guru Dr. Philip Kotler, Dr. Bala V. Balachandran, N.R. Narayanamurthy, and many others on social assignments and business assignments. She has understood that these global icons had one thing in common, and that was a sense of gratitude. She wanted to share their softer side to the world and authored a book, Living Legends, Learning Lessons, featuring her personal interactions with the global icons Ratan Tata, Narayanamurthy, Philip Kotler, Deepak Chopra, Kiran Mazumdar, Dr. C. Rangarajan, and many others. Her social endeavors are noteworthy and received international adulation. She has also helped many acid attack victims become survivors and winners in their life. She supports women in entrepreneurship. She has employed transgender and differently abled people in her organization and added smiles in their lives. She has helped create awareness and rendered support against child trafficking. Her organization acknowledges people who work on humanitarian causes. She has a strong support of 47 lakh youth across the world and helps convert this support to awareness and thereby action. Some of the great global icons have given her some fantastic testimonials. Ratan Tata has said, Kavi Priya, your life should touch other lives. Wish you the very best in all your endeavors. Mr. Narayanamurthy of Infosys has said, Kavi Priya, I like the honesty and freshness in your thoughts and work. Let Adding Smiles create more smiles. Her guru, Dr. Philip Kotler, has said, I really love your work and I absolutely enjoyed the time spent with you. Keep growing, keep adding smiles and help people transform. My sincere wishes and support for adding leaders to grow. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam told her, young lady, I like the honesty in your thoughts, words and actions. And A.R. Rahman has said, you have the motivation to do much larger things. I am proud of you. Ms. Kavi Priya for corporate social responsibility.
A very good evening to one and all. I would first like to thank Dr. V.R.S. Sampath sir for inviting me and doing these honors. It's indeed a huge privilege for me, sir. You've pioneered two great organizations and wish you the very best as well. Adding Smiles started as a dream of a young girl, and it touched many lives. It touched the lives of the destitute, the cancer affected, and many other children in OT. And anything which touches the lives of people is bound to evolve. And today, it's evolved into a social organization with 47 lakh youth connections across the world, be it the alumni of Harvard, the alumni of Northwestern Kellogg, the alumni of Berkeley, the alumni of our own Anna University, IIT, Badass Institute of Management, and many others. So this strong strength of 47 lakh youth has given me a stronger responsibility. And that's how we were able to come up with two larger organizations, Adding Smiles and Adding Leaders. So Adding Smiles focuses on CSR, which is corporate social responsibility, and Adding Leaders on thought leadership. And when you have, like how the Spider-Man says, with a lot of power comes a lot of responsibility. This strength gives you a lot of responsibility. That is this. We have helped victims become survivors, and the survivors become fighters, and fighters become winners. So we worked a lot with the acid attack survivors, and that was something which is very close to my heart and I'm really proud of. And the wisdom comes from the interactions with the legends of the world, like Dr. Ratan Tata, who gives us time, which is 200 hours, which is every year, and Dr. N.R. Narayanamurthy and a few others. So I also consolidated my interactions and thoughts in a book called Living Legends and Learning Lessons. So here, in the presence of the two important men in my life, Mr. Prasanna and Mr. Nurullah, I'm very happy to take this forward. And these two are the men who've been holding my hands in my personal life and career life and taking a strong leap. And in the presence of such beautiful people, it's a great honor for me. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
I am inviting all the awardees to please come to stage for a group photograph. நண்பர்களே, இந்த அவார்டில் ரெண்டு முக்கிய விஷயங்கள் இருக்கு, நீங்க தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும். எக்ஸ்கியூஸ் மீ வைஸ் பிரசிடென்ட் சார், இந்த அவார்ட், திஸ் அவார்ட் இஸ் டூ few speciality. 5 foreigners, 5 local, 5 women, 5 men. Like that we selected. Each award is in different field. IAS officer, actress, social worker, professor, writer, sportsman, like that different personalities, and 5 women, 5 men equal importance, and 5 foreigners, 5 local. You can make it as an international award. Thank you everyone. Vanga Mr. Muthuvel to finish up your vote of thanks quickly. Yes.
ஒரு இனிய மிகச்சிறந்த எல்லோர் நெஞ்சிலும் இன்பத்தையும் மகிழ்ச்சியையும் நிரப்பிய இந்த நிகழ்ச்சிக்கு வருகை தந்த அனைவருக்கும் எங்களுடைய நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறோம். குறிப்பாக மொரீஷியஸ் நாட்டின் துணை குடியரசுத் தலைவர் மேதகு பரமசிவம் பிள்ளை வையாபுரி அவர்களுக்கு நம்முடைய நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறோம். We are happy to thank His Excellency Paramasivam Pillai Vayapuri for having launched the website and conference brochure and also distributed the awards to the distinguished awardees. And we thank the dignitaries who have come from all the way from South Africa, through Logi Naidu, Sunny Pillai Harish, Tarina Patel, who have come all the way from South Africa to attend the function. Our special thanks go to those dignitaries. இங்கே இந்த விழாவிற்கு வருகை தந்த அனைவருக்கும் எங்களுடைய நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறோம். முக்கியமாக எங்களுடைய அழைப்பை ஏற்று எங்களுடைய விருதினை ஏற்ற விருதாளர்களுக்கும் எங்களுடைய நன்றி.